I'm sure I run into a bit of a generational gap here when I say amps are kinda dead. Sure, not for all of you, but especially professional touring musicians and younger players have been using software and modelers for years to get their amp sounds. Now we've reached a point in this process where the Kemper, the Quad Cortex and the Helix are being rivaled by something as small as this. The Tone X1 from IK Multimedia. What is it? Let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor Fries and today I'm accompanied by my buddy Johan Bonitz playing the Visual Deal Bass the World P-Bass. And this is the Tone X1, the most compact AI-driven modular pedal on the market. It's mind-boggling what it can do with just these few controls, and it's crazy how good it sounds. It has amps, distortions, reverbs, a compressor and a gate on board, and tons more of those if you connect it to the Tone X software. Here's a fantastic clean rock bass sound. The controls are kept really simple. Well, it's a small pedal, they had to. We have a foot switch which can either go back and forth between two presets in dual mode or bypass the pedal in stomp mode. Above sits what looks like to be a status LED. That's what it is, but it's also the Alt button to access lots of different options to set up the Tone X1 pedal. And then we have one big volume and gain plus 3 mini controls for basses, mids and treble, or gate, compression and reverb in alternate mode. The input for your bass sits on the right, the output on the left. We have a standard 9V power in on top plus a USB-C port at the bottom to connect the pedal to your computer, to use the software or the pedal as an audio interface for recording. This is also a distortion, lots of distortions actually, and here's a killer sounding high gain drive. I casually mentioned the output jack in the last section, but to give you an idea about the complexity of this pedal, it's not just your standard mono amp out, it's a TRS out, so it's also a headphone out for silent practicing. Surprisingly, this pedal is also a tuner and you can of course also load your own amp sounds. If you get this optional Tone X capture thing here, even your actual amp sounds. We meant to do that in this video, but then the preset sounded so damn good that I didn't see the point of capturing any of my own amps. If you have a setup that you really love and want to be able to take with you on the road without actually physically carrying it around, this is perfect. But for me, again, the sounds in here are incredible. I have no problems with those becoming my new amp. Well, amps, plural. Now let's have a look into the Tone X software. Specifically the part that will talk to the Tone X1 pedal when connected. Here on the left you can select electric bass to get all the bass sounds listed. There's a Sense amp, an Acoustics 360, an Ampeg SVT, Dark Glass, this kind of stuff. Just drag the presets you want into the two dual mode and the stomp mode slots and that's it. They're now living in your pedal. When we recorded our sounds we used tons of guitar presets because why not? They sound great, so don't look into the bass sounds only, there's a lot more to discover. Here's one with a strong reverb sound. I've seen a bunch of players who have more than one of these pedals on their board. If you want to have more sounds readily available, this certainly makes sense. They might deactivate the amps and use one just as a distortion pedal. You can also get rid of the caps and go into a power amp to use this as a preamp. There are tons of options. I'm blown away by this pedal. I can't believe something so small can be so powerful. If you want to try it out, check the links in the video description below. We're working with a bunch of dealers, and if you order through our links, they will know we sent you and will pay us a little kickback, which is a super easy way to support our channel. That's it from me, Johan, and the Tone X1. Thanks for watching. Here's another video, here's our merch shop, and here's me saying bye. Based on